Hey everybody, David here, and this is another D&D 5th edition class archetype breakdown. Now, in this particular breakdown, we're going to be taking a look at one of the new archetypes that's in the Sword Coast Adventures Guide, and this particular archetype is going to be the new Sorcerer's Origin for the Sorcerer, the Storm Sorcerer. And whenever you start a character, in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, you're going to start at level 1, and you're going to have to choose between 12 base or core classes. And they can range everything from a cleric to a fighter, a druid, a thief, well, a rogue, or, in this case, the sorcerer. Now, the sorcerer has a very unique mechanic with its spell points, or its sorcery points. You can do pretty much a couple things with it. You can buy more spell slots, so you can trade your sorcery points, or you can actually spend them on meta magic, which is basically twisting spells together with effects for your meta magic. So the sorcerer is a really unique way to cast spells in Dungeons and Dragons. And as you can see, from levels 1 to 20, you're going to get a multitude of things from your base proficiency bonus that every class gets from 2 to +6. You'll also you'll notice that your sorcery points go up every single level to where you'll have a maximum of 20 at 20th level, and then you're going to see that you get a numerous amounts of different features as you level. You won't get things every single level like some of the classes do, but you'll still get things like Font of Magic. You'll get your meta magic, which has to deal with twisting your spells together. You'll get to ability score improvements, where you can raise your ability scores, which your primary ability score for the sorcerer is charisma. So you can raise that up, or buy optional feats. You'll also get meta magic and sorcerer's restoration. Now, as a sorcerer, you get to cast spells. So as you can see, as you get higher in level, you'll just you will develop such an arsenal of spells with your cantrips, your spells known, and your actual spell slots that you can cast these spells with. So every class in Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, they all have more flavor that you can add to them, or which is called an archetype. And the archetype is basically like a subclass, or more flavor on what you want to play. So as for a sorcerer, what type of sorcerer do you want to play? Do you want to play like a wild magic sorcerer? Do you want to play a draconic type of sorcerer? Or in this case, do you want to take advantage of the lightning, of the wind, and be a storm sorcerer? So when you choose the Storm Sorcerer, this is where your innate magic comes from the power of elemental air. Many with this power can trace their magic back to a near-death experience caused by the Great Rain, but perhaps you were born during a howling gale so powerful that folks still tell stories about the storm. Or maybe your lineage might include the influence of potent air creatures such as Vati or genies. Whatever the case, the magic of the storm permeates your being. So as you can see, the theme is pretty much air and thunder. And every class, they get one of these flavors or archetypes. And for the sorcerer, you're actually quite lucky that you get your sorcerer's origin or your archetype at level 1. Several other classes have to wait till level 2 and level 3. But for the sorcerer, they get theirs starting at level 1, which is really nice. So whenever you choose Storm Sorcery, you're going to get a feature called Wind Speaker. And like I said, all of these special Storm Sorcery features are going to stack on top of everything else that you see here that you're going to get. It's going to stack and just give your character that much more flavor. So Wind Speaker is the arcane magic you command is infused with elemental air. This means that you can speak, read, and write the primordial language. And also knowing this primordial language allows you to understand and be understood by those who speak its primordial dialects, such as Aquan, Aran, Ignan, and Terran. So as you can see, this is actually pretty nice starting right off the bat. Primordial is one of the more rare and unique languages, and a lot of times the dungeon masters won't allow you to start off with Primordial. But if you play a Storm Sorcery Sorcerer, you get it right off the bat. Now also at level 1, you're going to get Tempestuous Magic. Now Tempestuous Magic is basically where you can use a bonus action on your turn to cause whirling gusts of elemental air to briefly surround you immediately before or after you cast a spell of first level or higher. So doing so allows you to fly up to 10 feet without provoking attacks of opportunity. Really cool. So as long as you're not using a cantrip, because it says you have to use a first level spell or higher, you can use your bonus action. And remember, you only get one bonus action per round. So as long as you use your bonus action, you can port before or after you cast your spell, and it will be 10 feet, and you don't take that attack of opportunity. Really cool. And you can do this every single round. So you can kind of position yourself all around the map every round. Really cool. I like it. So next, we're going to go to the level 6 feature you're going to get, which is called Heart of the Storm. This is where you gain resistance to lightning and thunder damage. Now, in case you don't know what resistance is in D&D 5e, resistance means that you take half damage, which is really nice. So at 6th level, you'll have resistance on all lightning and thunder damage, meaning you only take half. Now, in addition to this, and to this resistance that you're going to get, whenever you start casting a spell of first level or higher that deals lightning or thunder damage, stormy magic erupts from you, and this eruption causes creatures of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you to take lightning damage or thunder damage, whatever you choose, equal to half your sorcerer's level. This is actually pretty nice. Even though it's not a lot, it is only equal to half your level. This could actually, bring out the possibilities of roleplay as you describe this storm or this, wind coming around you, or maybe a lightning vortex shocking all of the opponents 10 feet from you. So it's pretty nice. Next, you have Storm Guide, and you also get this at level 6. And this is where you're going to gain the ability to subtly control the weather around you. This is also another great role-playing tool. If it is raining, you can use an action, a standard action, to cause the rain to stop falling in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on you. So it'll continually be raining all around you, except for that 20-foot radius sphere that's centered on you. Really cool. And you can end this effect as a bonus action. Now this is really cool. Now if it's windy out, and you can use your bonus action each round to choose the direction that the wind blows in a 100-foot radius sphere centered on you. So you can take the current wind and shift it in different directions, and the wind will blow in whatever direction you want it to blow until the end of your next turn. Now this also means that you cannot alter the speed of the wind. It will be the natural speed of the wind that's already in the storm. But you can't control it in a 100-foot radius sphere that's centered on you. Really cool. You can just change the directions as a bonus action each round. Really cool. Now you're going to get, at level 14, you will get Storm's Fury. And this is when you are hit by a melee attack. Now remember, it says melee attack. It can't be spell or ranged attack. It has to be melee attack. You can use your reaction to deal lightning damage to the attacker. Now your reaction, make sure you have one. You only get one reaction a round. So as long as it's a melee attack, you can use your reaction to deal lightning damage to the attacker that hits you. Now, the damage equals your sorcerer's level. And the attacker must also, this is the best part of Storm's Fury, the attacker must also make a strength saving throw against your sorcerer's spell DC. And if that player that attacked you failed its strength saving throw against your DC, then that attacker is pushed in a straight line up to 20 feet away from you. Really nice. Last but not least, you're going to get Wind Soul. And this is when you're going to get this feature at level 18. And this is where you gain immunity to lightning and thunder damage. Now remember, before you had resistance, but now at level 18, you are going to be immune to all lightning and thunder damage. You will also gain a magical flying speed of 60 feet as well. So as an action, you can reduce your flying speed to 30 feet for 1 hour and choose a number of creatures within 30 feet of you equal to 3 plus your charisma modifier. And all of these chosen creatures will also gain a magical flying speed of 30 feet for 1 hour. So you can all fly together as a party or a group. That is really cool. Now once you've reduced your flying speed to have an area of effect flying speed for your entire crew, you can only do this once, and you won't be able to do this again until you finish a short or long rest. I'm not really sure if I agree with the short rest part, but hey, it is what it is, what it's written, and you can only do this once per short rest or long rest. Really cool. So you're going to gain a 60-foot, flying speed. Now, if you want to fly with your companions, you'll just use your action. You'll reduce your flying speed to 30, but then you can have a number of creatures within 30 feet of you, equal to 3 plus your charisma modifier. So if you have, a 4 charisma modifier, then that means that you can have 7 other people fly with you as long as they're within 30 feet of you, and you can, travel at 30 feet per round, which is really nice. All right, so there you go, everybody. Do you guys like the new Storm Sorcery Sorcerer in the Adventurer's Guide? I like it. I think it adds a pretty interesting twist on the already interesting Sorcerer class. So why don't you guys tell me what you think about this new Sorcerer's Origin in the comment section down below. And also, if you haven't done so yet, please follow the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, like and share. And until next time, happy gaming and keep rolling those great scores.